Hey, it's Candace with Candy Bees Creations. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my second YouTube video, and in this one we're going to do a bride banner for my own daughter's bridal shower. So in the next clip over, I'll show you the paper plates we're trying to match. Those paper plates, when I saw those, the thing that came to my mind is a pack of paper that I've had for a really long time. So watch as we make this banner. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, and my goal is to upload every Thursday. So make sure you click the little bell icon so that you can be notified when new videos are posted. So let's get into this banner. All right, so when I first was shown the paper plates for this bridal shower, the first thing that came to mind was this pack that I have had for years and years. It's just a pack I got from Walmart. It's called Delilah. It's just from that, is it Color Book or Color, I don't know, it's probably German, so it's probably Color Book. But from Walmart that have had forever. And this kind of came to mind. And I could probably use this a little bit. So I've used things from here before. This one I think might be good to use. And then this one, of course. So, and then, ooh, that one's really pretty too. This is a pack that I've had for a long time too. I don't know where I got it. I don't know if it was like Walmart probably as well. But I don't even know if I could link this because I've had it for so long. But I might be able to use some elements from this too. Possibly that. Maybe some of the green. Maybe some of this, I don't know. Some of that possibly. Just depends on how I'm feeling. But, and then I just went and got another pack of this Delilah paper. I think a lot of Walmarts aren't carrying this anymore. I think they're either discontinuing them or they're just running out. I don't know. But I found a pack of this, and I just got their last one that we had at my Walmart. So I got lucky that I found one more. So there's more of the papers that I want to use from this. So I'm going to start off with making the banner shapes. I'm not sure what the shape is called, but it's the kind where it's like rectangular and then it has two little like triangular points down here. So I'm sure there's a name for it, but I don't know what it is. So I'm going to move these out of the way for now and just kind of work with one piece of cardstock, white cardstock. I like the texture on this. It's kind of like a linen look. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's just some cardstock that I've had for a long time. So we'll start with that. And I don't know if I want them quite this big. So I think what I'm going to do is measure, let's see. I think 7 inches will be good. We're gonna go 7 inches wide. And I'm just sort of guessing what I want here. 7 by maybe 9. Let's see what that looks like. We'll see how that looks. So we'll start with 7 by 9. And then I've got to decide where to put my point. So let's see, let's kind of go in the center here. I'm kind of measuring from my little measuring mat. All right, so the center point is going to be this 12 right here. I don't know if you can see it in my camera, but right down here it says 12. Can't see it in my camera, but we're going to go to this point. I'm going to make a little dot right here. And then I've got to just decide how high up. So I think we're just going to go up 2.5 inches maybe. So if I go up 2.5 inches, this will be about the mark that I go to. I'm going to measure on these dots right here. And then I'm going to line up my lines. Just sort of going to eyeball it, but I've got this about on my 12-inch mark here. And I'm just going to dot it right there. And then from there, I'm going to draw the little triangles from this point to this corner, and then this point to this corner. Okay. Same here. I think that will be good. So then I'll take my cutter tool and I'll line that up on my cutter line, I guess. And I'm actually gonna line up. I guess I'll go from here. I went a little far, but it's okay. Make sure the line is center in my ruler space here. Let's see if I'm happy with that. I like it. So I'm going to make 4 more of those. And really I can just use this as a template. So now what I want to do is a little bit of a border, so a little bit smaller than this. And I've got to decide if I want like a different color on each one, if I want to do pink on all of them, like that reddish pink, or kind of the teal light blue color on the back. So let's pull out our paper here. This one might even be cute. Maybe I'll do blue. Oh, that would even be really pretty to back with this. I like that a lot, actually. Let's see what else we have. I want something. This blue would be pretty. That might be pretty. And that might be really pretty too. So that's really pretty. I think I want to use that somehow. Let's go to this one. That's really pretty too. Do I want to do that? Let's see. Okay, I really like this. I like the wood grain look. I like that it's just a solid color for the most part. So I'm going to use both of those, and then I think I'm going to find some other paper that's like this, at least in color. But it's okay if the pattern's a little bit different for what I'm going for. So I'll keep that in mind. But since this is the main one that I'm thinking of, let's see if I can find blue in here that I want to use. Maybe. That's a little more green. But it kind of does have some of that purple in there, so I don't know. Okay, that's definitely an option. Maybe I will. Ooh, I really like this one too. I think I'm gonna love these. I think I saw something in here that I liked. There's that again, that lacy look. But I think I kind of like this. All right. This is definitely an option. I don't care about wasting that. So that's what we're doing. And it pulls in that linen look too that I really like. So we're using those. Now what I'm going to do is create a little border just to make it look a little nicer. So I'm basically going to bring it in probably like, I don't know, a 1/2 inch all around. So, which makes it so that instead of 7 by 9, it's going to be 6.5 by 8.5. So now I'm going to cut these. Okay, so now that we've got these cut out, 6.5 by 8.5, now I'm going to decide where to cut them. So I'm going to line these up. Right now I'm looking at these dots right here. So I'm going to scoot that over just a little bit. All right. And again, I'm going to use, this is the 12. This is the 12-inch mark on my mat. And I'm going to use that for my halfway point. Okay, I'm going to dot it right here. Let's see, so then when I bring it up, do I bring it up? This one I brought up 2.5 inches, I think. So then do I go 2.5 inches from here as well? Sometimes it's a little trial and error, so doing it by eye because that's how I do things. All right. Let's just keep our fingers crossed here. If I mess up, no big deal. We'll just find another piece of paper and remeasure. All right. Okay, moment of truth here. Let's see if this fits the way I wanted it to. Maybe I should have brought this point down a little bit because it's a little uneven up here. Where did I go wrong? This is where mathematics come into play, and that's not my forte. So I think I need to come down just a little bit on my dot. Instead of measuring up 2.5 inches, maybe I measure like 2.25 inches. We'll try it on the next one. All right, let's measure this. I feel like this is going to be a better angle. Yep. I'm just going to cut the rest of these. Okay. I think we got her. So I'm going to use my favorite glue. This is Tombow, and I'll link this in the description box. And this is just my favorite craft glue ever. I just use a little bit, and a little bit goes a long way. It's super sticky. If you get it on your fingers, it's pretty sticky. You want to wash it off, but overall, I really like it because it doesn't wrinkle up my paper like some water-based glues are. I don't know if this is like a silicone-based or what, but it's just super adhesive, and you just don't have to use too much. So a little goes a long way, and I love that. So for now, we're just going to center these and glue them on. Two of these and then one of each of these, so that'll be cute. For now, I'm going to move on to the next step and I have a Cricut machine. It's an older one. I think it's an Cricut Expressions. It's an older one. I've had it for several years, and I could cut out, you know, BRIDE, or sometimes I like to just get creative and use my own handwriting and cut it out by hand. So I think that's what I'm feeling this time. So I'm gonna find some paper that I want to use for that. Probably something pretty light. And then I'll accent, I think, with the florals by cutting them out and then just placing them in different places. That creamy lacy. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yep, that's what I want to use. Next, I got to decide about how big the letters are going to be. So since this is about, what are we here? 7 by, well, I want to measure from there to there. So it's about 7 by 6 roughly, or 6 by 7. Then I think I want to keep it about at a 5-inch, probably length and width, roughly. So I'm just going to cut out some 5-inch strips so I don't go bigger. Okay. Like I said, if you have a Cricut machine or like a die cutter or even just a stencil, you can draw it out so you can have a perfect font. I am just fine freehanding this. That's part of being creative. So I've got to decide if I want to do capitalized or lowercase. I think we're just gonna capitalize the B. And what kind of font do I want? That's the question. I think we're just gonna sort of bubble letter it. Okay, one thing I do want to say is that if you're young and you've never used an X-Acto knife, you need to check with an adult first and get adult supervision, because these blades are super extremely sharp, and you have to put a significant amount of pressure on the blade, or from the blade to this cutting mat. This is a self-healing cutting mat, but you need to put a significant amount of pressure on this, and if by chance it slips, you don't want your fingers in the way that you're gonna slice your fingers, because that can cause a lot of damage and pain. So we don't want that. We want to completely avoid it. You want to cut away from yourself, cut away from your fingers, make sure you're steadying with your other hand away from the direction that the blade is cutting. So get adult supervision with an X-Acto knife, or you can just figure out how to cut it with scissors. It's a little trickier, but you can figure it out. You just cut a little hole and then just cut around from the inside. Again, it's harder, which is why I use an X-Acto knife, but if you're young, you want to be super careful and maybe not use an X-Acto knife unless you're old enough that your parents can help you with that, or an adult. Okay, so now I have my letters. Just want to erase any pencil marks. I want to do it on this so that it stands out more. I know that's a funny little bee, but you know, it's kind of quirky and kind of cute. So I am keeping it, and I've decided to use this as the B. That is the R. I D E. No, we're gonna do this. D E. Okay. So here we go. Oh, let's see how much. B-R-I-D. Now all that's left to do is decorate them and punch holes and put ribbon through it, and then we can hang it and it'll be so cute. Alrighty, so I've just cut these out and I've sort of arranged them how I think they look good. So I'm going to start gluing things down, and I feel like I'll probably cut a few more things out, but I like how that bee looks. I kind of like the flower overlapping right here. It's not taking too much away from the bee, so I like that. Right here, these were cut on the edge of the paper, so I'm going to kind of place them right there on the edge of this paper, and then slice this off, since this was already kind of, I had to kind of cut through that flower, and this was cut on the edge and here as well. So that's what the R is going to look like. I might add a little bit more on this side of the R, and maybe even a little bit more on the B somewhere over here to kind of balance that out. Or I might like the simple look and just have a little bit. So I like this here on the I. The D, again, I cut this on the edge, and I kind of like it kind of falling off the paper like that. And this right here as well. I like the look of that. And where I kind of sliced it right here, maybe I can kind of cover that up. So we'll put the D, we'll do that for the D, and the E right here. I liked how this petal right here was long, but I had to cut through this one right here. So I'm going to kind of make this one fall off the paper a little bit, and we'll slice this off. And right where I had to cut that petal off, we'll place that right there. And I kind of like this rose here. So there's my little word bride, little banner. So now what's left to do is just poke holes in the center. Let's see, I'm off camera here. So I guess I just need to poke holes here and then add ribbon, and we're done. So we just need to find the center, which is easy. Let's see. I'm centering it right here. I'm looking at these dots. There's the center mark again. Okay. That's what I'll do. I'll punch holes here and here, and then just basically do the same thing here. Okay, so I have this chiffon ribbon or strips of fabric that were cut. I got this off Temu, that app that has everything for cheap, and I love it. I don't remember how much this was, but I'll link it. Anyway, I think we'll just leave a little bit of a tail, but I'm going to start by just weaving it. Well, I should probably kind of guesstimate about how much I need. Alrighty, I'd say we're done. I think this is so cute. B-R-I-D-E. Darling. I love it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun making this bride banner for my daughter's bridal shower. Make sure again that you like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and also click that little bell icon so you can be notified to new videos being posted, hopefully every Thursday. So happy crafting and thanks for joining me, and have a good one.